There's a little bit of sizzle in this matchup tonight in Hartford, Connecticut. Welcome to the USL Championship and tonight's match presented by Stanley Black & Decker. It's Hartford Athletic playing in their third annual Match for a Cause at Dillon Stadium in front of their happy fans, welcoming the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Mike Watts, Lloyd Sam on the call for this one. The Rowdies are running away with it in the Eastern Conference, 5 points clear of Pittsburgh, trying to expand that lead. Hartford now 10 points off the pace of Charlotte. They do play the teams ahead of them down the stretch of the season. Lloyd, the story is the Rowdies right now, deservedly so. They haven't conceded in, well, according to Harry Watling, about 500 years. It's 800 minutes.
8 games not conceding is quite insane in football. I mean, if you win 8 games in a row, you would normally concede a couple, but it just shows you how good this team has been. You know, they had a bit of a bad spell, and then they've come back with an incredible run. And hats off to Neil Collins.
As good as the defense has been, Sebastian Guinzotti is looking like an MVP candidate, whether you can catch him or not. Meanwhile, this has been a really tight matchup this year. If you are who you beat, Hartford could be one of the best teams in the East on any given day.
On any given day, they can beat anyone. One thing I look at, all their meetings have been 1-0 wins. That tells you they've been battles and high mentality wins. So tonight, I'm not really sure what to expect. I think Hartford need to throw everything at it, as they do need 3 points today.
Yep, this has been as tightly contested as any division rivalry in the league this year. A look at the starting lineups for Hartford Athletic. Harry Watling sending out this 11, not a ton of changes.
Not a ton of changes, but number 10, Danny Barrera, what a player he is. He's done so well this year. 23, Tabota Tucker as well. He's really coming into his own as the season has been going on.
And that front three of Obregon, Tabor Itaka, and Lam, something worth watching. Meanwhile, for the Rowdies, that back four starting together for the 44th consecutive game.
Wow, tell me about it. Played against them last year at Miami FC. And, you know, every game they turn up, same commitment, same mentality. Forrest Lasso leading the troops. Expect to see the same today.
Well, this is going to feel a little bit like a playoff matchup for the Rowdies. They're trying to keep pace atop the Eastern Conference as they try and go back-to-back in the Eastern Conference. Hartford trying to win the series on the year, more importantly, get back in the playoff hunt. Hartford and Tampa Bay kick off after these messages. Welcome back tonight. Match for a Cause. Third year of this event with founding partner Stanley Black & Decker. Over the first 2 years, over $25,000 raised for Girls for Technology and Boys and Girls Club of Hartford. This year, the Legacy Foundation of Hartford is a venture philanthropy focused on addressing disparities in health and education with a specific emphasis on the most challenged demographic areas of Hartford, Connecticut. Stanley Black & Decker will match the amount raised. The players wearing special all-black kits tonight. They've worn orange and red in the past. The Legacy Foundation logo is on them. Fans can bid. The auction runs till October the 4th. More information, and you can bid on match-worn jerseys, hartfordathletic.com/match for a cause. Great crowd tonight. Hartford 10 points off a playoff spot. Gotten to the point where even matches against the best team in the league, you simply need to take something out of the evening. For the Rowdies, they're trying to expand their lead atop the East. Fourth meeting this year, they've all been 1-0. Hartford at home trying to win the rubber match. Hartford and Tampa Bay on this Saturday night late in September in the USL Championship. Rowdies trying to get after this early. This will fall for Ekra. Jan Ekra with a blast, and Caldwell, 25 seconds in, able to push it over the bar.
We're in for a good one today. That's what this tells me. 20 seconds in. You sound up for it, Mike Watts, as well. Great start from you. Great start from the Rowdies there. Great save from Jeff Caldwell. Good possession right at the edge of that box. Jan Ekra gets the shot off with his left foot. Good save early on.
It'll be a corner for the Rowdies, who have not conceded now in 802 minutes. Therein lies the problem. If the Rowdies get a goal early, there's no reason to think that Hartford's going to be the one. Harry Watling said, why not us? Someone's got to score on Tampa Bay. Service whipped across. That's cleared. Obregon gives chase. Nearly in behind.
By the way, you see that there from Obregon. He's going to do that all day. He doesn't give you any rest. A nightmare to play against for a center back or a fullback.
Dillon Stadium has a real festive feel tonight. This will be a throw for Aaron Guillen. Tack on here for Hartford, and this is lashed over the crossbar. And, well, Tabor Itaka trying to find his way into the game with, well, what looks like a boxing glove on his right hand.
Oh, yeah. That's a half a chance there. It wasn't an easy chance at all. Good to see him getting touches early on in this game. Couldn't keep that one down.
Evan Loro to drive this way. Let's take a look at our keys to the game. Hartford and Tampa Bay playing a big one here. It's brought to you by Hoffman, 100 years of trust for Hoffman Auto Group. Hartford, give everything you got.
Absolutely everything you got. To be, you know, this is probably the best team in the USL. You're going to have to give everything. And the Rowdies keep the streak alive. 8 games without conceding a goal. If they don't concede today, it's likely they win.
Ball over the top. The flag is up. This is offside. And even when the whistle's already blown, Evan Loro makes the save.
How many games have they played together?
That back 3 plus Loro, it's 44 games in a row. You and I were remarking on that ahead of the game. You'll always have a turned ankle or a yellow card accumulation or a red card. Not these players for the last 2 years. It's staggering.
They're doing something right. I don't know what they're doing behind those closed doors. But, you know, it's hard for one player to have 44 games in a row. For all 4 of them to have it, I'd like to know the secret.
You'd still be playing.
Correct.
Scarlett, Lasso, Guillen, and Loro, the back 3 plus the goalkeeper, led this team to the USL Championship final. It was canceled due to a COVID outbreak among the Rowdies players. They are the reigning Eastern Conference champion. And at this rate, they're trying to make sure that they'll be playing another final at home should they make that run through the postseason. That was Dalgard having that knocked away. Let's be honest, the Rowdies have proven they can win anywhere, but if you could play anywhere the Sunday after Thanksgiving, wouldn't you want it to be in Florida?
Go love Florida.
Pushed ahead by Tulu.
Crowd sounds up for it as well, and they're going to need everyone. The crowd, the whole A-team, the whole staff. This is not an easy team to beat.
Pinned in on the touchline. This is a foul from Accra. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Trinity Health of New England. Thank you to all of the incredible healthcare heroes in our community who've worked tirelessly and selflessly during the COVID-19 pandemic. Obregon. Listen to Harry Watling this week, Lloyd, and it doesn't feel like there's any quit in this group right now. They do feel like this is exactly where they want to be. Maybe not in the standings, but he's of the belief there's one or two more surprises left in this season. He believes his team could be one of those surprises, and you're playing everyone in front of you down the stretch. You can grab the points yourself and not rely on other teams falling.
It's somewhat still in their hands, but one thing, you know, they had that 5-game losing streak. One of the positives that came out of that, believe it or not, he said they're not afraid to lose anymore. They feel like they can really go for games and really let it all out there on the field. So that's one thing they took away from that. But it was great to see them end that losing streak with that 2-0 win against the Monarchs.
So roll all the way through and out. Said there was an element of relief that came with that win.
But it's this division, though, Mike. It really is the toughest division. Just the head coaches alone that you have in this division. A very high level, a lot of experience. You know,
Bob Lilly's been at this for decades. Mike Jeffries, former MLS coach, who's a former Herman Trophy winner, best player in college soccer. Mike Anhauser's been coaching for decades.
You got Paul Doug Leach there, man, I know very well.
And then Neil Collins leaves the center back position, goes to the touchline, and he's directing arguably the best team in the league for a second year running. So
I can't say I'm super surprised. You know, the way he played the game, I'm not surprised he's gone into management. I played with him for 2 years at Leeds United many years ago. And he's giving 110% every game. A real intense guy on the field and a good guy off it.
And jiggy and pirouettes. It's worth noting that Harry Watling said after we went to Tampa Bay, picked up the 1-0 win, he invited the entire coaching staff back for a drink. He thought maybe it'd be a glass of wine. It was a can of Stella, which sort of goes to the Neil Collins mystique all the more. Attack is on here for Hartford. Ball chips off the back heel of Lasso. Whether it's Stella or Iron Brew, the Rowdies gracious in victory and on occasion in defeat. They'll get a shot away from long range, and this will get out of play altogether. Midline Chiropractic is the official chiropractor of the Hartford Athletic, offering athletics, rehab, and sports-specific training. Midline is aligned with your health and centered on your well-being. Visit midline.com today. That's MIDLIGN.com.
So, Mike, you were saying the managers met for a drink after, right?
They did.
It's a big tradition we have in England. Whenever the away team always goes, well, not always, sometimes it's bad blood between managers, but most of the time they go in and have a little drink and, you know, let their hair down amongst each other. Good to see it happening over here.
Attack is on here for Hartford. Back by Scarlett and scooped up here by Loro. But the players never cross those lines, right? They just wait until they've left the stadium and then they get after it.
The players, we keep it on the hush a bit more.
This is Hack. It's on loan from NYCFC. Tabor Itaka, who's turned some games on their heads this year. Good move by Wyke. Tabor Itaka. There's Laurel. Rowdies are going to get tested tonight. That has become clear.
Tabor Itaka, great run, nice and positive. 3 men around him. He doesn't mind. He takes them all on.
Hack is hacked. Barrera. This is punched away. Lasso appeared to have a pretty good grip of that. Floated forward again. This will get out over the end line. 11th minute between Hartford and Tampa Bay. Scoreless at this stage. Harry Watling is over on the Hartford touchline. He's got an armband on today. JD, that's for Jordan Dawes, who recently passed away, 18 years old. Today would have been her birthday, which is why he's wearing it. There was an article from The Athletic earlier this year. Jordan Dawes passed away from liver cancer. He coached Jordan once upon a time, but the article is about Jordan Dawes' relationship with David De Gea and Louis Tomlinson. So clearly heartbreaking in so many ways. But there is more information on that, and her memory lives on. Attack here in front. There's a touch, and it's over the line. Guenzati for the Rowdies. They take the lead on the road and celebrate in unison in the 12th minute.
That one just came out of nowhere a little bit, didn't it, Mike? You know, a little bit of possession on that left side. Didn't expect anything too much. And then once it gets here to Fernandez, I looked in, I see Guenzati in there. He's always in and around that goal area, and he just diverts it in. 15th goal of the season. What a reliable guy he's been yet again for this Rowdies team. And there's the celebrations. Look at them having a good time. Right on cue.
History says that might be our only goal tonight.
There's a long way to go.
Time will tell if that bears out. 1-0 Tampa Bay for Guenzati. Goal number 15 of the year for a player who crossed the 50-goal plateau with the franchise. Leo Fernandez, the assist. Leo, that is assist number 2 of the season.
Got to give Fernandez a lot of credit there. The ball that he played in. It's what you tell wide men to do. Hard and low, right in an area where the striker might be.
Reflected on the ball ahead from Tulu. Please join us in helping founding partner the Hartford celebrate nearly 75 years of educating children about fire safety with their Junior Fire Marshal program. Visit juniorfiremarshal.com to learn more. Obregon, Tabor Itaka.
Unfortunate there, a couple guys in the box. Want to see him put that in an area. But I just can't imagine this game being 1-0, Mike. You know, with that early goal.
Too open.
It's been open, it's been end-to-end a little bit. And you got to say, you know, Hartford Athletic, they're desperate as well. They're going to be pushing. What's the keys for the game? Absolutely everything you've got. You know, if they keep pushing, see where it gets them.
Floated across. Tambordi Taka unable to get a full handle on that. It's going to be a Rowdies throw.
As that's coming across, I'm wondering, can he assess that flight and maybe hit that first time? That's what I'm thinking. It's not the easiest skill in the world, but he tried to bring it down. Let's have a look. You'd love to see him hit that first time or bring it down like he tried. He just didn't control it right.
Head on a swivel, Accra. Gonzati rolled that forward. Wyke overlaps on the outside. Hilton. Here's Scarlett. Grew up in the Bronx, down in New York City. Played for Red Bull 2 for 3 years. Barrera.
That name you just said there, he's going to be important today if they're going to get any success. He's a real leader for this team, on and off the field. I want to see him get a lot of touches as high up as possible.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank tonight's presenting partner of Youth Sports Night, Nouveau Pasta. You can find their award-winning selections of delicious fresh pasta in your local grocery store. Check out nouveaupasta.com for more details. That ball over the top seems to be there tonight.
It does. Wasn't too far off that time. Evan Laurel, nice and alert though.
So run all the way to Laurel. Helped the Rowdies to 13 shutouts this year. That's already tied the franchise record dating back to 2017. Only Matt Pickens has more in franchise history, and Matt Pickens has been around the block many, many times.
Just like yourself.
Different deal, different deal. Can't grow a beard like Pickens, and I can't stand up to him in goal either. Caldwell play this out of the back. Rara. Let's come back to Janjigian. It's been good from Hartford tonight.
Hartford, they've been not bad. They'll probably feel hard done by to be 1-0 down. They've been pretty steady into the game. And And the Rowdies have just found a way to get that goal. And that goal, what that does when you're on the field, it will breed a little bit of anxiety. The longer minutes go on and you're 1-0 down, which is what makes it even tougher, especially getting to playoff time. Everything is a little bit more serious. It's like a different season now.
Rowdies seem to thrive on that. Udati. Oh, lasso. They won the ball and then some. This will get out beyond Dalgard.
The Rowdies, everything about them is just such a steady, organized club. When we spoke to Neil Collins, he gave a lot of credit to the GM, the ownership, and everybody above him, how they've made things so, you know, I don't want to say easy, but, you know, they've made it as easy as possible for him just to do his thing on the field, giving him everything he's needed.
It's a beautiful sight when everyone seems to be on the same page.
Amazing.
In an organization, because so often we either see that never come to fruition or it fracture at some point amid the success. Right now, the Rowdies appear to have one coherent, franchise-wide line of communication that's put them on track for one of the great seasons in league history.
This team's making history. The amount of goals conceded. Evan Laro, there's individual history being made as well. It's a franchise that's clicking.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Travelers. Thanks to Travelers, presenting partner of our Community Champion Program, children from underserved communities throughout Greater Hartford are able to come to the matches free of charge. Throw for the Rowdies. An amazing late September crowd on a nice night in Connecticut. Hack seeking to send that through. You mentioned record-breaking. RGV FC put together the longest consecutive minutes without conceding. That was snapped last game in the 50th minute. It's now 823 minutes without allowing a goal.
And
stretching
counting.
back 9 games. Yeah, still going. This will get out over the end line. It's not the first time Neil Collins has gone 8 games without conceding, however. He made a note in our call this week that he's been there and done that. And as a player, of course.
He gave a little name drop as well, didn't he?
He did.
Who did he say it was with?
Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire. That's an experience. Neil Collins is an experienced player. He went to a bunch of clubs, Wolves, Sheffield United, Leeds United. Let's see what happens here.
Guenzati. It's taken back here by Hartford.
Yeah, he's been around. He's been around the game.
There's a foul. Obregon won it. He actually dug it out because he mentioned when it was. You'll note one of your former clubs is on that list.
I see it there.
Yeah?
I was long gone by then, though.
It was 795 minutes. He was playing center back at the time. We mentioned it was with Harry Maguire.
Yep.
They went to the FA Cup semifinal that year. One of those games was in the FA Cup. The rest were in League One. Side actually failed to reach the playoff that year, despite that run. They finished 7th.
Yeah, he's, as it said, been there, done it. Straight into management, and he's doing it again.
He just couldn't allow that moment to get by without saying, I've done 8 before. I just haven't gotten to 9.
We're laughing about it, but that's impressive. He's done it as a manager and a player, honestly.
Yes. Neil Collins, I can't remember the last time he quote-unquote tooted his own horn. That might be the first, and it's in a classic Neil Collins way, it was by not allowing something to happen.
You can let him off for that one. I think that's quite a unique stat.
It's earned. Another free kick here for Hartford. This is an intriguing place to try and swing something over.
The performance by Hartford has not been bad at all starting the game. Harry Watling talked about the performance. He said it's not about the result of this game. It's more about the performance. It could set up, you know, the run into the end of the season. And the performance has been not bad at all so far. The result, not great, but can't really fault the players on the field so far.
Danny Barrera. Back to McGlynn. It's Janjigian. Here's Caldwell. Nothing doing for Budati. Score elsewhere, in case some aren't watching in multi-view on ESPN Plus tonight. The Riverhounds have taken the lead against Charleston 1-0. Todd Wharton scored in the 6th. That game has dual meaning.
Yeah.
Charleston on level terms with Hartford in the standings, although both now 10 points behind Charlotte Independence. Meanwhile, Rowdies are 5 points clear of Pittsburgh atop the division, so Pittsburgh moved 3 points closer tonight. And meanwhile, in the Central Division, Louisville's on 47 points. So Louisville would be 8 points off the pace for the #1 seed. Right now, it's a two-horse race, and they both exist in the Atlantic.
If I was bringing a team in, I'd rather go into the Central. No disrespect to any teams in the Central, but this Atlantic, as we talked about, the competition in here, so tough.
For me, I think the Central's the worst of the four.
Must we use words like worst, Mike Watts?
Those are the live standings right now. Rowdies would be up on 55. Pittsburgh on 50 with a win tonight. Both in leading positions at present. Free kick won by Hartford.
But I do agree with you. I definitely think Atlantic
the
is
least
a tougher.
impressive of the four divisions. Are you happy now? That's Hilton going into the book. His 6th yellow card of the year. And it's possible the way we view things are through still an east-west landscape. The East has had a far better run over the course of the year. That's a poor giveaway from Caldwell.
Let's hope he gets away with it.
Gonzatti plays that out wide. Tulu touching that, and Cardona can't keep it alive. Corner, Rowdies. Hartford Athletic would like to thank founding partners Stanley Black & Decker for sponsoring tonight's Match for a Cause. This year's cause is the Legacy Foundation of Hartford. Go to legacyfoundationhartford.org to learn more or text Match for a Cause 2021 to 243-725 to bid on tonight's game-worn jerseys. All right, everybody clear now? There we go. Put in play on the corner. That's a simple dribble.
About to say, this is too easy. A short corner, he's walked into the box. Got to be more alive than that on corners.
Comes the press. Hartford unable to get it over the halfway line before the Rowdies take possession. Ripped back here by Athletic. Dalgard. A little step over. This is easy for Caldwell. Riverhounds have just taken a 2-0 lead. I wouldn't exactly say Charleston's out of it, but Shane Wheat just scored. And half an hour in, the Riverhounds have gotten the ultimate yield, 2 shots, 2 goals.
They're a good team. Love watching them. Going forward, Cicerone, Alex Dixon. They got goals, they got assists.
I called them organ donors for the rich over the offseason. Everyone seemed to get picked away, and yet here they are, competing for the top. And it turns out the best place to spend money in the Riverhounds budget is Bob Lilly's paycheck. He's done it again.
Done it again.
Russell Cicerone was playing as it was out of necessity, but a wing back at St. Louis at the end of last year, and then he pops out this year and he's among the league's leading scorers.
I'm a big fan of him, and that came from playing against him firsthand. That's when I crafty player.
Cicerone is having quite the breakout in Pittsburgh. Had that 5-goal week not too long ago, which of course inflates things a little bit. You still got to earn the goals, of course.
Still got to earn it. Let's give him that credit.
He's got 14 on the season.
He's got 14.
14 on the season. He had 12 the previous 4 years combined.
There's
Attack on here for the Rowdies, pointing to the spot, a penalty for Tampa Bay. Dos Santos goes bowling into the penalty area. He wins the foul, he wins the penalty.
Again, you know, they've done pretty well. It's just moments. Harry Watling talked about both boxes as well, so he'll probably be disappointed. It's been all right in between. Let's see what actually happened here. Looks like Tulu's almost side on and gives him a bit of a nudge. What are you thinking, Mike, there? When I first saw it in real time, I thought penalty. When I see it again, I could see some that might say otherwise.
It is a yellow card to Tulu, that we know for sure. The golden boot may be a little bit out of Guinzotti's reach, given Haji Berry's torrid form. But don't take even 1 inch off what Sebastian Guinzotti has done this year for the league-leading Rowdies. So much credit to the defense, but Guinzotti's just gone about his business yet again. The former New York Cosmo played not too far from here. Guinzotti lines this up. He's got a goal back in the 12th. And it's saved by Caldwell. Denies Guinzotti the brace. A major lifeline for Hartford.
That could be a very, very big moment in this game. Jeff Caldwell, he's been so good all season. One of the leaders of this team. Hold on, what's happening here?
It's a referee trying to make sure everyone's minding their P's and Q's.
Steps up, looked like he went straight down the middle. He did try and go straight down the middle. Jeff Caldwell does superb to get his feet to that. And you still see those still fly in sometimes. It's got a nice little bounce for Caldwell. Can that give them now a lift, you know, to go? You know, Tampa Bay's been ruthless so far until this moment. Might that turn the tide a little bit?
Guinzotti now this year 3 of 5 converting penalties. Luca Lewis stopped one. Of course, the Rowdies still won 6-0. Now he's failed to convert a second in about 2 weeks' time. The last was September the 12th. Hilton, crossing header lasso.
So what you want to see now? You want to see Hartford players use this crowd now. There's a bit of energy in there after the penalty save. Can you help that? You know, can you use that to help you go on now? get some chances on goal, get a little bit of possession, impose your will on the game now.
Lasso, a domineering header. Dalgard, that's intelligent.
That was a nice little flick there.
If you get that wrong, you've got Tabor Itaka rewriting the ligaments in your leg.
We could have been sitting here at 2-0. There's not been a huge amount in it. Could have easily been 2-0 right now.
But as we know, there's only one goal a game this year between these teams, so
we're destined for that 1-0 again.
If it finishes that way, we'll have known that was written in the stars. Tabor Itaka, foul. He's waving at Dalgard. He's pretty frustrated. Instance in which both players seem truly unhappy. Danny Barrera is trying to keep Tabor Itaka from the referee as well, the captain here for Hartford. This is an underrated piece of being a captain, handling those moments with a referee.
That's right, and he's the man in between the management and the players. You need that link.
Walkover from Fernandez, Hilton, Lasso, Tulu. Obregon. Foul. J Restaurant is proud to support Hartford Athletic. Visit J Restaurant, located at 297 Washington Street in Hartford, for their special Hartford Athletic Booznanza drink. Show your game day ticket and receive 10% off your entire order. Lloyd's saying my birthday is on Monday. That sounds like a good way to spend it. The Booznanza drink.
Booznanza. Sounds like trouble.
This is Cardona.
Sounds like good
off.
trouble.
The best kind of trouble. Appeared he got popped on the cheekbone there a bit.
Sitting here thinking about how do Hartford get back in, get level again, get some more chances. Got to get to Itaka the ball, Obregon the ball. Darwin Lom, he's not really made an impact on the game yet. Can he get in and, try and make some chances for the strikers? Conor McGlynn in the midfield, can he get some shots off? We know how good he is at shooting from range.
From half field and in, anywhere?
Anywhere.
Saw Cardona sprint back onto the field into the right back spot. Here's McGlynn, Janjigian. Slicing in behind, Scarlett. Whoa, okay, corner. I'm inclined to agree. I don't think Scarlett touched this.
I thought that was a goal kick.
He's saying I didn't touch the ball. It is a Bank of America corner kick, first of the game for Hartford. By hook or by crook, they say. This is Barrera.
These are opportunities, you know, you're not making much chances in open play. Can you get one off a set piece?
Barrera had her up. It's bordering on impossible. If you think it's tough to get a goal in the run of play, try getting a set-piece goal against Forrest Lasso.
Forrest Lasso. Wow. He's one of them players, if he's on your team, you love him. If he's not, you don't really like him that much.
The irony is, he's so likable that even when he's your opponent, as a fan, you go, well, I mean, come on, it's Forrest Lasso. Ball driven ahead by Barrera and caught by Loro.
Well, I've got to say, I would love to line up and see him next to me. He's always barking out orders. He's always saying something. And when you're always saying something, it's keeping everybody around you alive. Can't underestimate. You know, just little things like, let's not concede. You know, the next man gets a little bit of an extra 5%. But he says a lot more than that, but some of it I can't say. But all to help his team.
Lasso, who I inadvertently suggested lacked dancing prowess, actually handled it very much in stride on social media. But that aside, reigning Defensive Player of the Year in the league, wonderful runs in Charleston and Nashville, and the linchpin that Neil Collins was looking to replace when he himself took the job as the manager.
You said lacking dancing prowess.
I said something to that effect, yes.
But what
scored a set-piece goal.
Oh, okay, and okay. I needed a little context. I was wondering what we were talking about there.
I instantly regretted it, and this is my apology. 41st minute. Rowdies trying to keep pace with Pittsburgh, who are winning as well tonight. They're 5 points clear in the standings coming in. It would remain that way if all the score lines remain aligned. Meanwhile, for Hartford, 10 points behind Charlotte, and this result would not help them. They do see the Independents twice down the stretch. It's looking a bit dicey for Tulu.
A little bit.
Oh, there's room to run out here. Barrera waits, delivers. Deontay Borditaka. Budati. Lloyd, this is a card for you, buddy. AARP Connecticut is proud to support Hartford Athletic and welcomes fans to visit aarp.org/CT events to learn more about upcoming virtual events. Our events are fun, informational, and free to people of all ages. That's aarp.org/CT events.
I'm glad you're reading that, not me. I always say that. This could be an important bit before halftime now. If either team can get a goal, it would be huge. A second one for the Rowdies would make it very difficult, but one back for Hartford opens up this whole game.
Barrera quickly swarmed. Budati. There's room here. McGlynn.
Good ball.
The flag is up.
Shame. They always say when you're a winger, you should be able to look across the line and you should never be offside in those situations. Looks very tight, though. It didn't look offside initially, but the linesman's got a better view than me.
Tough one for Darwin Lam, the Guatemalan international who featured in Gold Cup qualifying Fort Lauderdale earlier this year.
He actually came on trial to Miami FC when I was there. I remember him coming in. He did pretty well. You know how difficult it is these days to get signed off a trial.
Instead, he ended up going to Guastatoya in Guatemala. He spent a bit of time as well at Chattanooga FC in Nisa. Ball lobbed long. Lasso covering ground. He covered all the ground away from Obregon.
It's good defending, that is, Forrest Lasso. I said I'd like him on my team, and that's why. Snuffs out that danger. Looked very dangerous for 1 second. If he could head that ball ahead of him and get in front of Lasso, that would have been very dangerous.
Barrera. Lasso there again, and further by Wyke. Kept here by Wyke. Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partners Jim Beam Bourbon and Hornitos Plata Tequila. Hartford fans roar with approval. Lom stretching down the right-hand side. Slow and steady wins the race for Hartford Athletic into the attacking half.
I want them to go quicker there. There was a couple men out of the game in the midfield. I think it was Wyke that was down. So you got a man-up situation. You want to go quick. It's a very organized team. Look at them now, shifting side to side. Hard to break down.
Janjigian into Brignall Vineyards stoppage time. 2 added minutes in this first half. Janjigian, Tulu. Hartford Athletic proud to partner with CLA, creating opportunities through your organization's entire life cycle, providing a seamless suite of services in wealth management, advisory, outsourcing, audit, tax, and consulting. Learn more, cla.connect.com. Hartford reloads. Throw here for the Rowdies. Hack. Tulu. Foul, free kick, Tampa Bay. 40 seconds to go first half. Be sure to share your match day smiles. Take a photo in your Hartford Athletic gear with the hashtag #MatchDaySmiles and tag @DeltaDental to be entered in a contest to win VIP experiences at Dillon Stadium. Header forward. Rowdies can get their second, and they do! And it's that familiar celebration, Guenzati again. And he does get his first half brace. 2-0 Rowdies on the cusp of halftime.
What a big goal that is. I was talking about 5 minutes ago. If either team scores before halftime, it will be huge. Guenzati, the man that missed the penalty, got one earlier though, makes up for it. And it looks like it's gonna go straight to halftime. What a devastating goal that is to concede for Hartford.
Epitome of brutality from the Rowdies, right on the crest of the end of the first half, and Caldwell, pursed lips, makes his way toward the dressing room. Guenzati and the Rowdies 2 goals up now at halftime, coming up at the break. We'll have Devin Kerr's dish as always, first half highlights and more after these messages and a word from your local station.
You're eligible for a 100% tuition waiver to all Connecticut State schools. That's correct. 100%.
Welcome back to halftime in Hartford. Rowdies and Hartford Athletic matching up on this Saturday night. Plenty of matchups have already gone in the books. Our final, and we don't need to wish. No, anytime Devin takes a shot at highlights, it's a swish. Here's the dish.
32 games in a season. This is week 22, which means it's starting to heat up. The final quarter pole as we round the back stretch. Charleston Battery, the only team to make the playoffs every year in its modern inception. That's 2011, and you go back, they are trailing in that race, and they are trailing here, 1-0. Sergeant Goma, 16 years old, great goal. Jake LaCava, 11 goals in 39 appearances. When you score 33% of the time, I'm no math major, but that sounds pretty good to me. 2-0 Red Bull, but there's some fight left in. The battling Anhausers on the back post. Bunting, what a great story he is. Charleston native, USC upstate, now Battery. I think that's what they call homegrown cooking, and it's 2-1. But then Jeremy Raffanello, big Penn State guy over here. We are up 3-1, Red Bull 2. Leland Archer hits this with fury into the back of the net. What do I always say? Too little, too late. Charleston Battery 10 points behind in the Atlantic Division. Game in hand, though. Keep an eye out. An important one. Charlotte Independents are not dark horses. They are not sleepers. They are good if they can stay healthy and they can rotate and score goals like this. Gabriel Oberton, Manchester United, Newcastle United, Charlotte Independents. That all makes sense to me. 1, 2, 3. USL Championship, second division United States, doing what he does. Up 1-0. This is one of the best goals you're going to see all week. It's just in the wrong net. My apologies, Palacios. My apologies, Miami. My kudos, Charlotte Independents. 3 points, that's 4 in a row. They are now in 4th place in the Atlantic Division, closing in on Miami. They control their destiny for 3rd. Austin FC. Oh, all my Austin fans, we know what's going on in this game, right? El Paso Locomotive. Pino. Stefano Pino. First goal of the season. What a great time for that to occur against one of the best, possibly the best, maybe not the best, could be the best. We'll see how this ends out. El Paso Locomotive, oh, Diego Luna. He's ahead of schedule, 18 years of age, 6 goals, 4 assists in 22 appearances. Again, no math major, but those numbers add up. And this team just has a fight within them. Josue Aron puts them up 2-1, but so does Austin. Guadarrama in his return. The boys in black are back, 2-2. They maintain the 4th spot in the Mountain Division. Dear Lord, what is going on in the USL Championship? Johnny Rodriguez, as I say, apologies necessary. What a bike this is. Gets him out in front. San Diego Loyal goes down 1-0. If they're losing, that means Oakland is winning, and Oakland is fighting for that final spot within the Pacific Division. No one told Colin Martin that he wasn't supposed to score goals like this. I actually think this goal's better. You may think I'm crazy. Watch this thing skip up off the deck, outside of the foot, upper corner, calls his shot, hits it out of the park, sits down, apologizes, has a meal, a cup of tea, and then this happens. Yeah, that's a penalty. Can't do it. Score on one end, give it up on the other. Jose Hernandez, 63rd minute. Oakland Roots get it to 2-1. They do sit in the 4th spot in the Pacific Division. Week 22. What could be in week 23? We'll see you out there.
Devin Devining here in Hartford. Thanks, Devin Kerr. We appreciate it as always. We've got plenty more coming up here at halftime, including news and notes from around the league, first half highlights and more on the other side of these messages in Hartford.
Today, as you step onto the field, as you defend and attack, as you move swift, quick, like you were made for this, know that you do not do so alone. With each step, you run with all of the women before you and all of the women that will come after you. A stampede of mujeres blazing a trail on fire. Time cannot catch you. Para ti no existen los límites. You come from women that transformed pain into victory. Women that accepted impossible as a challenge. A challenge is brought to you and you do not turn away. Your journey today awaits you and you do not step down. You step into your purpose. You step strong. Con toda la fuerza de mujer. You step up.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more like stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Ian tees it up, what a strike, and what a goal! Hartford has a goal! His right-footed shot, and it's in! Knocked away. Looking for Para, could fall for an opportunity here, the shot comes in! Oh, it's brilliant!
Welcome back. That's the kind of truck I want to be at right now at halftime. Food's looking good in there.
What kind of food is that?
I'm not sure, but I'm seeing that grill, and I'm here for it. I know that.
I'm seeing something getting flipped on the grill. That does look good, actually.
That's looking like some pita there. Mike Watts, Lloyd Sam back with you, hungry as ever.
Shawarmas, maybe.
Yeah, let's take a look at news and notes from around the league. The USL Super League announced a new professional second division women's league will begin play in 23. Go to uslsoccer.com for more information on that. Michi Galina loaned to LAFC. For a lot of reasons, I love that. It's got a purchase option rumored to be the biggest potential transfer from the championship to MLS.
Yeah, that's great to see guys going from USL to MLS. We need to see it more. So, you know, when guys are performing, you want to see them get that move to the next level. So happy to see that.
Guinzotti, it says 2 goals against Atlanta. It's no typo. He had 2 goals again today so far. He's the Clear Audio Player of the Week in the USL Championship. And that, of course, puts him on Team of the Week, presented by Clear Audio. Haji Berry, couple goals as well. He maintains his advantage in the Golden Boot race. He's only 2 away from tying the league single-season record. Lindo Mfeka from Oakland Roots closes out that front line. You played with Lindo or against him once upon a time.
Against him, very talented player. I'm looking at Guinzotti and Barry. How far away are they now? Like, can Guinzotti catch him? Is there any chance of that?
16 and 23, 7 goals apart with 7 games to go.
16 including the 2.
Yeah, I know. All right, here's the upcoming schedule. You'll see all these games on ESPN+. Orange County, Oakland, a game you and I think, can get behind, of course. Tacoma, Phoenix in the Pacific Division as well. And then in this division, that Birmingham-Charlotte game will carry some added importance for Hartford. Certainly, Hartford fans hoping for Birmingham to take all 3 points.
Yeah, just expect the teams to be looking a little more dialed in as we get to the playoff stages. Very close to it. You know, places are up for grabs.
And OKC Indy, one of those instances where places are up for grabs. Sacramento Galaxy feels a little like an early elimination game. Here's the Atlantic Division. These are live standings. If the Rowdies and Pittsburgh maintain their leads, Rowdies now up 2-0, Pittsburgh now up 2-1. They are both above Louisville for the top seed in hosting home field advantage situations moving forward. But the Rowdies 5 points clear, 15 points clear of the line. They're about ready to clinch.
Those two are absolute giants in the same division. It's amazing to see, you know, the competition in this division.
Plenty more coming up here at halftime. And yes, the Rowdies strike force available off the bench is already out on the field warming up in front of a near capacity crowd at Dillon Stadium. Rowdies 2, Hartford 0 at the half.
Hey, want a beer?
Young man, say aye to the blandest lager in all the kingdom.
It's the beer that everyone else is drinking.
Heavy and full-bodied, just like me.
How about a Beam and Ginger Highball instead?
Yeah, definitely. Much better.
We don't just protect things. We help protect the life you've built around them. Travelers, it's better under the umbrella.
Welcome back. Halftime here between the Rowdies and Hartford. Players back on the field. Let's show you the first half highlights and get you caught up on what you've missed to this point. Hartford looked okay early in this game, but this goal in the 12th minute opened the scoring, and, well, Guinzotti doing Guinzotti things.
You know, at the time I said it came out of nowhere, but this is good play. Leo Fernandez, little 1-2, drives it into a great area. Guinzotti just gets there right on time.
Yep, that's a familiar celebration. And then Dos Santos goes through. Tulu knocks him down from behind. That's a penalty.
Yeah, I would shade towards penalty there. It's a bit close, nearly shoulder to shoulder. Guinzotti steps up. Jeff Caldwell, what a save with his feet. I just took your job there, Mike.
Kick save into beauty from Caldwell. He's able to knock this over. So Guinzotti not going to get his brace tonight. Wait a minute. Yes, he will. Second minute stoppage time, seconds away from the half.
This guy is always alive in and around the box. Look at that. Gets onto it. There's so many other players around. It happens to be him, and that is not an accident. You know,
I've been told that was Lebanese mashed eggplant dishes that we were looking at.
Okay,
and I'm ready for that.
I said shawarma, right?
I'm not.
I wasn't too far off.
Well, halftime eats are always good here at Dillon Stadium. On to the second half we go. Rowdies 2, Hartford 0. Tonight's match for a cause presented by Stanley Black & Decker. You see the black jerseys that Hartford are wearing today. This is the third straight year in which they'll auction off the jerseys at the end of the night. You can see at the bottom of your screen where you can text the bid on tonight's game-worn autographed Hartford Athletic jerseys. Rolling back Tulu. Third year this event. First 2 years they've raised over $25,000. Black & Decker will match the total amount, which is outstanding. It goes to the Legacy Foundation of Hartford this year. Find out more, hartfordathletic.com/match for a cause. Hilton. Hernandez pops that back inside. Guillen. All the while now, it is 847 minutes since the Rowdies have last conceded. Wyke.
A lot of space out there.
Ball lashed in front. Caldwell collects. It's worth noting, if Charleston and Hartford both fall tonight and the Rowdies grab all 3 points, Tampa Bay will be the first Eastern Conference team this year to punch a playoff ticket, clinch their berth. They'd be 25 points up from the 5th place team with 8 games to go.
Wow. 25 points up with 8 games to go. I just heard Neil Collins screaming for a second. I was waiting to see what had happened. But 25 points up with 8 games to go. And we're not talking top to bottom. We're talking top to the line.
Mm-hmm.
That's outstanding.
Conversely, it's 16 points that separate the top from the Central playoff line. In the Mountain Division, it's 16 as well. And then out in the Pacific, it's 23 points. Phoenix can clinch tonight as well with a victory over Tacoma. Although, truthfully, for Phoenix, El Paso, Louisville, Tampa Bay, it's a bit of a foregone conclusion. It's just when you get your social media admin able to hit the tweet button.
What's going to be important is the form once they hit playoffs. That's when you really need to perform. That's one thing I learned about American sports. It doesn't matter the regular season. You have to turn up in the playoffs. So, I mean, it matters because you have to get into it. But you know what I mean? It's all about how you're performing once you get to the playoffs. Great move.
Wow, White returns. Fernandez crossing, caught by Caldwell.
And we've seen that once before, the little 1-2 from Fernandez out there. And Fernandez, speaking from personal experience, deceptively quick. He'll push it and run and could just leave you behind. You wouldn't even expect it.
Brazilian spent 4 years playing in Philly for the Union, loaned out to Bethlehem and Harrisburg and the New York Cosmos. Played at Stony Brook out on Long Island in New York. Tabor Itaka. Don't forget that the Rowdies began this year 6 straight victories. It means their current 6-game winning streak is the second time they've done that this year in 25 games.
This will make it 7.
It would. It would be their longest winning streak of the season.
Got to imagine for Hartford, we might see Derek Dodson, coming on. That's an attacking player that can come on and change the game a little bit. He's got a few goals this year. I believe he has 5 goals on the season. So he's someone I expect to be getting warm anytime soon.
Kept away from Obregon. No lack of attacking talent on these benches tonight. Dodson, Tejada, Adebayo, Smith between the two teams. Hack, Obregon. Chips this out. Tabor Itaka brought that down briefly. There's the service. Lom. Well, the crowd's starting to roar. They don't realize that ball is on the wrong side of the net.
It's not a bad chance. Got to the byline. A good ball, stood up. Barrera, smart ball there in for someone to come and attack it. Lom doesn't quite get enough on it. Better from Hartford though.
Hack. Ooh, that's a bit of frustration from Hack. Hilton latching on really to both legs. He got whacked from behind, and Hack's going to be shown a yellow.
Bit of pushing and shoving in there now. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy to get hit like that in the midfield.
Hack's just 20 years old. Tough to tell.
Right into the fire against Tampa Bay. It's a tough team to play against as a young man. It got a little heated. I'm not sure what happened. Scarlett don't seem too happy with something.
I'm pretty sure it's the foul by Hack. Well, and Hilton can be such a magician on the ball. You, to an extent, have to protect a player like that. It's not that Hilton can't fight his own battles, but Wyke. Have to maintain it. Guinzotti, a brace tonight. 16 goals on the year. Fernandez. Akra. Bit unlucky there. Hartford Athletic would like to thank the law offices of Crescenzo DeLuca, serving Wethersfield, Greater Hartford, and Connecticut with 41 years of experience in immigration and general practice law. 54th minute, goals in the 12th, and the 2nd minute of first half stoppage time from Sebastian Guinzotti.
We haven't even had a chance to talk about that second one because it was right before halftime, then we went to break. But what a dagger that is to score seconds before the half. You know, you think you're going in 1-0 down, and then it turns to 2 just like that right before your halftime team talk. Very difficult. Difficult one to swallow that.
As a commentator, you mentioned with about 5 minutes to go in the half that was your mentality. If you can get one for Hartford, you're over the moon. If you concede one, it's quite deflating and a much bigger mountain. You think about that when you're on the field as well?
Towards the end of my career, I would be thinking that, and that's when, you know, I would turn to players and let them know the importance of the next 5 minutes. Especially from 40 to 45, any goals there, it really changes the game. Now they have a mountain to climb. Jeff Caldwell, it could have been 2 earlier. That should have been the warning, you know, to get these Hartford boys, you know, to give a little extra, but it's tough playing against the Rowdies.
Lam just won a free kick. You mean the Rowdies who haven't conceded in 856 minutes now? One coach told me they haven't conceded since Vietnam. Another said 500 years. I've had a lot of different ways of people telling me the Rowdies are impenetrable over the last couple of weeks. Barrera's got company. Budati races forward. Surely this is going toward the penalty area. Ball ahead, bouncing away. Budati sends this back in front, and it's laced off the crossbar and out.
What a chance that was.
Once in a while, there's a little luck involved as well. The Rowdies will be the first to raise their hand and say it. They believe in clean sheet quality performances. That doesn't always guarantee a clean sheet. This nearly ricocheted over the line.
What a chance that was. I think you have to score from that position, you would think. It was a great ball from Barrera in the first place, and it dropped down. So unlucky there. Drops down to Budati, puts it in a great area. He just had to keep it down, he kept it down. Couldn't quite catch who that was that hit the bar, but what a great opportunity. Maybe Genjigi in there. Ooh.
Headers away, corner Hartford. You get a goal anytime soon, and it's going to feel like a total wind at your back moving forward.
I really thought that was going to happen when Caldwell made the save. I thought they would get that sort of concept you're talking about with the wind on your back, but it didn't really come after it. The second half, they have to throw everything they have.
Ball across, and this hits off the back post. Twice the woodwork has been hit.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Tampa Bay has never lost after attaining a 2-goal lead since coming to the USL Championship in 2017. They just watched 2 balls ricochet, one off the crossbar, another off the back post within a 2-minute stretch.
And you'd think if they're going to get back in, it's going to be from Barrera. He whips that in. What a great ball that was. Very good header as well. Unlucky to come off the post.
We having fun yet?
Twice off the post. Maybe it's coming.
Or perhaps this is the dangerous moment. Sometimes there can be a letdown. Fernandez
How many 1-2s has he played and got in behind?
It's been there.
It's the third one.
The last time the Rowdies led 2-0 and lost was August 13th, 2016. Joe Cole scored first. The Cosmos beat the Rowdies 3-2 in the NASL. This is an excellent effort by Guenzati, poked over by Caldwell. That was surfing on air, a magnificent blast, and Caldwell up to the task, trailing away.
Was not expecting that. He's looking for that hat trick. Nearly caught Caldwell by surprise. Let's have a look at it again. Just swivels and shoots. The ball moved a little bit. Good save in the end.
Corner Tampa Bay. If you want to illustrate how long ago something was in Rowdy parlance, you say Joe Cole scored first. The ball across, bounces down to the backside. Contact galore, referee looks in, and now he's given the foul against Tampa Bay in favor of Hartford. Well, Wyke is...
For a second, Mike, I was thinking penalty there. It looked like someone was getting pulled back. Let's see again. Neil Collins doesn't sound happy either. They're both kind of doing it to each other. It's hard to tell, but let's see again. That's a tough one for the ref there. They're both kind of holding each other.
Obregon goes over the line. Free kick, Hartford. There's a little nastiness in this.
Part and parcel of the game. You'd want a little bit in your team. You need a couple players that are very close to that line.
There's a grit that exists. We've seen from both these teams at various times this year. Barrera floating away, lasso, hack. Falls a second time, just gets over the foot of the Hartford player, Cardona. Rolled all the way back, Caldwell take over. Hartford Athletic is proud to team with the local health plan Connect-A-Care to support food security in Connecticut. Connect-A-Care is celebrating 40 years of caring for the health of our communities. Dos Santos kept the movement going. This will be a Rowdies throw. One more stat for you. The last time the Rowdies scored multiple goals and failed to win, yes. 4-2 against North Carolina FC. North Carolina FC is not even in the championship anymore. That's how big the mountain is.
Sort of say, though, Hartford have come out second half and they've done well. They've hit the post twice. That's how close they've been.
Yes.
To breaking that streak. So better from Hartford for sure. That first one, great opportunity. You'd think that needs to be converted. But I think you want that streak to continue so you can get more analogies on how long they've kept a clean sheet for. Was it since Vietnam?
No coach has said 8 games or 800 minutes. They've all had an analogy for me.
They've all had a clever way to say it.
Players trying to do one better than their manager did 7 years ago when he held 8 clean sheets in England. Neil Collins did. Rowdies looking for their 7th straight win, their 9th consecutive clean sheet. Hartford Athletic would like to thank founding partner Stanley Black & Decker for sponsoring tonight's Match for a Cause. The social alternate kits auctioned off to support the Legacy Foundation of Hartford. The Legacy Foundation of Hartford focuses on creating opportunities for youth in the most challenged demographic areas of Hartford. Go to legacyfoundationhartford.org to learn more or text match for a cause 2021 to 243725 to bid on tonight's game-worn jerseys. Connor McGlynn's gone in the book.
Yellow card, assessed to Hartford number 28, Connor McGlynn, in the 63rd minute.
The fight's been there tonight, Lloyd, from both sides.
Yes, it's not a thing of effort, is it? They're giving maximum out there.
Hernandez tried to return. White being waved back up. Another collision, that time with Barrera. Now Obregon gets held up. Cardona lashing out. He's asking that cards be given. Lasso Matumboing.
That's why you're a USL legend, Mike Watts.
That's why Lasso is a USL legend.
Expecting some changes anytime soon. You got to think.
Cardona.
Okay, one's getting ready. You see him down there.
This will fall. Left off for Barrera, and Obregon can't quite connect.
That's a real chance there, Mike. If Obregon can get it to, is it Darwin Lom?
Barrera was right outside him.
Barrera, yeah.
Tabor Itaka off the outside of the netting.
If Obregon could get that to Barrera, what a chance that would be. Couldn't quite connect it. And Barrera's who you want in that situation as well.
Here we go with the changes. It's going to be two changes, both for Hartford here to start. Brought on Arthur Rogers, replaces Connor McGlynn. Substitutions brought to you by 4G Recycling.
Recycling substitution for Hartford.
So see the aforementioned Derek Dodson. You were looking for him to come in a few moments ago. The former Hoya, picked in the first round by Orlando. He replaces Darwin Lom.
Replacing number 24, Darwin Long. Substitutions in the 66th minute.
You want the subs to come on and really make a difference. Sometimes it's not always them that make the difference. It's just a new attitude and just something different about your team. You want it to bring a spark to even other players, so let's see if they get that.
Charleston has just scored against Pittsburgh. It's 2-2 there now. Charleston could pull ahead of Hartford. They may well keep themselves alive in the playoff race. For the Rowdies, it's welcome news. It could be up 7 points at night's end atop the Atlantic Division.
Yeah, that sounds like a great game over there in Pittsburgh as well. 2-0 up, back to 2-2.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not go advertising other matches here, Lloyd. You haven't been hurting for a good match here either, partner. No, it's been a good one.
I bet there's another goal in that one as well.
Two teams so desperate for it, you don't think either's going to lay down and accept a 2-2 draw. That game started concurrently tonight. second bite of the apple. Scarlett. Hack. Flex kindly, attempt there by Obregon to take over. Cardona. Winzati pressuring. Rogers. Tabor Itaka. Guillen going stride for stride. Tabor Itaka did get the cross away, and Lasso pumps that straight up. Oh, Rogers went in. He's just come into the game, but this could put him on a card. Hilton has had a long, long night tonight.
I feel like every game is, you know, in that boiler room is like this for him. That's what it's like in that midfield. Gonna get a lot of nicks and knocks as the game goes on. And some people, they relish that. They like to play like that.
Meanwhile, in Memphis tonight, Louisville concluding a 5-game road swing, 1-1 inside half an hour there. So there's some goals in that game too, it appears. Louisville with a win would be on 50 points. It put them potentially just 5 behind Tampa Bay in that race for home field advantage in the latter rounds of the postseason. Dodson chasing. Scarlett goes back to Laurel. Obregon on the run. Corner.
Well done, Obregon. That corner came out of nowhere. A little bit of extra effort, and that's what gets his team that corner.
Tonight's corner kicks are brought to you by Bank of America.
They hit the post from one of these. Can they? Pereira comes off it this time. Rogers about to swing it in.
This will be Rogers' first set piece of the game since coming on as a substitute. Hack is waiting should this ball carry him out. Rogers. Lasso. Westfield Bank is proud to support Hartford Athletic and all they do to make our communities better. Need more convenience from your bank? At Westfield Bank, you can bank your way. Learn more at westfieldbank.com. Hack grinding by Wyke. Leaning this over. Ball in front is denied for Dodson.
Oh, great bit of play. Pereira then Hack. Great little run. Finally gets it out to the wing.
Driven ball in front. Attempted back heel. Hack tries. Referee looks in. Contact galore. Nothing at all. And a stoppage. It will be a throw for Hartford after they attend to the injury. That's Fernandez down.
See what happened there. Looked like a foul.
Is that a foul for you? The way Hack goes through the leg of Fernandez?
I think that's a foul, yeah. The ref missed that one. But before that, there was a great little move there. Pereira played a nice little ball to Hack. He drove through that midfield. Had Dodson on the left, finally got it to him. Couldn't get it in back into the box. But this is around that time. You got to turn up that pressure now. Use this 2v1 here.
Cardona crossing away by Lasso. Well, when you've got a towering figure like Forrest Lasso, you can get away with it. But But a lot of black shirts unmarked and left him to his own devices, and he's able to handle it. Out to Dos Santos, who held up play well. Brought down Tabor Itaka, Cardona.
Go on, be positive now.
This is pretty chaotic.
Have a little run.
Tabor Itaka.
Got to try and win something for your team in that situation, a corner or something.
You just got to think Tabor Itaka is gassed at this point. Sign up for youth soccer camps and clinics presented by Gengras this summer right here at Dillon Stadium. Come out, train with our professional coaching staff. Go to hartfordathletic.com/clinics for more information, or head down to your local Gengras dealership to receive free registration. Ricocheted off Fernandez. It's not out of reach, but you need something soon.
Got to turn up that pressure. These are the moments where you take a few more risks. You be a little bit more positive when you have it. Tabor Itaka, unlucky on that last round, but you want to see him, try and make something happen now.
Still 5 weeks from the final day of the season, yet you already feel the energy, the passion, the concurrent games giving you a little extra jolt at this stage.
There's a bit more meaning out there now. I tell you what, Mike, you don't want to be sitting at home watching playoff games. No, you want to be in those games.
This will belong to Hartford. Our partner, Day Hill Dome, is holding a fundraiser to support St. Baldrick's Foundation to fight pediatric cancer. To learn more and to support, go to hartfordathletic.com/foundation. Really clever to keep this moving. There's a trio of Rowdies. Hack steps forward. Cardona.
Got to make moments like that count. You're in the final third. You want to take care of that ball. Not the best pass there, but it's a tough one. Remember I told you about anxiety building. They've hit the post twice, that was unlucky, but still searching for that goal. Got to keep turning up that pressure. There's still time.
A stoppage here. Harry Watling is pulled out a sheet of paper here. He's drawn out what he wants. Caldwell is down being attended to for Hartford right now. He was not involved in the prior moment. Conversely, he's probably the only player who doesn't really need a tactical talk at present. But he's being stretched out.
It should be all right to continue.
See the Legacy Foundation written on the sleeve of these black jerseys. The Legacy Foundation, the beneficiary of tonight's Match for a Cause, sponsored by Stanley Black & Decker. They'll auction off tonight's game-worn jerseys after the match. Hartford.org. Rather, a Legacy Foundation, Hartford.org to learn more about it. Sebastian Elney into the fray here. Can he be the answer? Replaces Yunus Boudadi. Forward on for an outside back. Sub brought to you by 4G Recycling.
Exactly what you just said. That's a tactical move there to try and get this goal that they need. The first one, they need two. Try and get that first one back. A little bit more attacking presence out there.
Set piece for Hilton. The 11 minutes and stoppage time to go. Lasso, Cardona. Claudio Repetto has just scored in the Charleston-Pittsburgh match. It's now 3-2 for the Rowdies. It's great news. Pittsburgh's blown a 2-goal lead.
For Hartford, that is very bad news right now.
They're 10 points behind Charlotte, but if they won tonight, it'd be just Charlotte in front of them. This would put Charleston ahead of them on points. Bouncing ball that's handled by Cardona. We spoke about how rare it is for the Rowdies to cough up a 2-goal advantage. You could say more or less the same about Pittsburgh under Bob Lilly.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that. That hurts, 2-goal lead to cough it up.
This would also ruin Tampa Bay's hopes of clinching tonight because it would keep Charleston within 22 points. Ball laced over. Fernandez.
So a good chance for Fernandez. Expecting, he just needs to keep that one down. Great ball there from Barrera. Just cut out.
Hack. To be fair, the Rowdies will go away to Patriots Point in Charleston next weekend. They can do the deed there, settle their playoff position then if need be.
We'll get something in the box here. That's a great ball. That is a great ball. It's where you'd love to see someone in there. You want to stagger guys in that middle. Going to be front, middle, and far post. Everyone seemed to be at the near that time. Better passage of play.
Elsewhere, as it affects the Central Division, Atlanta just took the lead over RGV. Amadou Diop scored in the 3rd minute of that game. Atlanta is laboring right at the playoff line right now against significant odds, shall we say.
They're a tricky team. Some of those young stars they got on that team. Aiden McFadden, he's one for the future. Don't know if he's playing today, but in previous games that I've seen him play, really good player.
Rowdies won 2 of 3. This is the 4th meeting this year. Elney will drop this down. Cardona will throw. Cardona debuting for the Puerto Rican national team this year. High arcing ball into the penalty area. Fernandez And an injured Rowdy back inside the 18, and Guillen down. Athletic trainer being waved onto the field by the referee. It's Lucas Sapala. Got a better look. There was some arms swinging around here. Guillen was latching onto the back of his head. Maybe a bit of friendly fire. Hartford Athletic would like to thank Fresh Bev, the official cocktail mixer of Hartford Athletic. Even 2-0 up, you can hear Neil Collins screaming, "That's our ball."
He wants to keep that clean sheet. For Hartford, obviously they're trying to get back into this game. They want 2 goals. But you want to see them end this game well. This last little 6 minutes plus extra time. Because going into that last run for those playoff places, you want them to end this well and bring some momentum into the next game.
Now, because Guillen was attended to by the athletic trainer for a potential head injury, but there was no card, he has to come off and be allowed back in by the referee. Cardona will throw with just 10 Rowdies on the field for a very short amount of time.
Right in front of should have given it back to Cardona there.
Hack serves, there's Loro. And a yellow card's come out too. Things are starting to get even more heated. Loro came up through the Red Bull Academy, surely knows plenty of folks up in this neck of the woods. Having words, Tabor Itaka shown a yellow card. Came in from behind and caught him.
Let's have a look at what happened in here. Tabor Itaka got a yellow card. Did he trip him up? A little trip. It's going to be a lot of frustration in games like this. You work hard for 90 minutes, nearly 90. You know, no real success. It's a hard one to take sometimes on the field.
Steven Dos Santos comes off. Jordan Doherty coming in. There's Max Lakawecki. First 2 subs. Jan Ekroff as well. .4G recycling substitutes in the 87th minute.
Assist to Hartford, number 23, President Tabor Itaka.
Some good play there from Tampa. Right at the end of this game, still knocking it around.
And for the game, number 22, Jordan Doherty, replacing number 10.
Wow, this ball move this has been so far.
Dos Santos.
Brought down White, pushed potentially from behind. Referee gestures, play continues.
Replacing number 7, Jan Ekroff.
How about this? Pittsburgh. Loro struggling to deal with it.
Just got enough on it. What a great ball from Barrera though. Cross field. Went over the head of Scarlett.
Bank of America
Bank of America corner. Pittsburgh has just scored in the 87th minute. It's 3-3 there now.
Oh, great game. Am I allowed to say what great game over there?
We may still have a great finish here. 2 minutes plus stoppage to go. Curled ball across. With the deflection, pops out the other side. Roll for Tampa Bay. Flick the other direction. Clearance left a bit to be desired. Tabor Itaka got to touch that. It's a goal kick.
This is when one would say that sums up their day.
Yep, it would certainly sum up the day now. Tuesdays, as we're in the 90th minute now. The results elsewhere dictate the Rowdies would not clinch tonight despite the victory. The draw from Charleston, I believe, would negate that possibility. Four added minutes of Brignall Vineyards stoppage time. Tampa Bay would be 24 points up on Charleston while they currently hold the tiebreaker. It's not a guarantee yet. And Charleston 8 games to go, so they could in theory catch the Rowdies, doubtful as it may be. All the while, crossbar once, post once. Hartford had their chances to score in this second half.
They had their chances, you're right. Coming out that second half, they came out with the right mentality and attitude and, you know, hit the woodwork twice.
Dodson heads it down. Let's say this, that goal at halftime looms even larger now.
What a big moment that was. It's so important before that halftime whistle goes. This could be a counter here as well.
Just depends how vicious the Rowdies want to be.
I think they're okay. Those little fouls, man, those end the games quicker. The Rowdies will be happy with that. Another professional performance from the Rowdies.
Substitution for Tampa Bay.
Adebayo Smith in for Guenzati. 4G Recycling sub, and Guenzati, both goals tonight. Shakes hands with Lucas Sapala, the referee. Slaps hands with teammates, including his eventual replacement. Mission accomplished.
Replacing number 13, Sebastian.
Deserves a standing ovation.
That bench it was. 16 goals now on the year. The reigning player of the week in the league. May well be on pace for the same award.
Look at the goals he scored. He's just alive in the box. Everybody else is looking around. The ball bounces. He's alive, gets to it first. And has the composure to finish as well.
Another elsewhere, Haji Berry just scored for Colorado Springs. He is 1 away from the league scoring record. Switchbacks 2-1 up at half. Ball bouncing. Obregon, no. Elney followed out to Tulu. Ball flicked ahead. Dodson! Sliding effort. Dodson once more slides it in front. Barrera! Hartford within 1. The Rowdies streak is snapped. And 891 magical minutes. Hartford can dream of a result with half a minute to go.
Look at this flick here. This is a great little flick that helps it on. Dodson gets onto it, and Lasso does well, but it comes back to him. Barrera takes his time, picks out the top corner, and the streak is over for the Rowdies. Not much time can Hartford get the ball back and launch an attack.
Barrera, his 7th goal of the year. Surely this must be it now.
I think that makes Barrera the all-time leading scorer as well, Mike.
Indeed. And this crowd trying to will them forward one more time.
That's all-time for Hartford.
Indeed. Crowd whipped into a frenzy, ball forward, Laurel punches away.
That second ball there was important.
And Wyke would happily take this to the corner and seal the 3 points.
He's going to take the life out of the game. That's what you'd want him to do. And there they go. A bit of excitement at the end, but too late.
It's the end of a tremendous run without conceding. Nearly 9 full games, 891 minutes. It's still a 7th straight win for the Rowdies. They will not clinch tonight, it appears. But they're on the cusp before they take on Charleston next weekend. For Hartford, a painful loss at home where they hit the post and the crossbar. They concede in the seconds before halftime. Well, they get a goal late, it's not enough.
That goal before halftime, you're right, Mike, that was the real turning point. Gives you a mountain to climb, and it kind of hits your whole spirit going into halftime. So that was the real key moment of the game, I think.
Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partner, Cone Resnick. As we head to our post-game coverage, stick right here. Rowdies 2, Hartford 1 in a thriller at Dillon Stadium. What a spirited effort tonight by Hartford. The Rowdies fans who made their way into the venue today get the result they were looking for. They're on the cusp of the postseason, and they maintain their tread atop the Eastern Conference and atop the league. Most points in the USL Championship. Time to remind you that Walgreens is proud to support Hartford Athletic, and the Change Maker of the Month program nominates someone making a difference in your community. They can be recognized as a Change Maker of the Month. HartfordAthletic.com/SSGB. Painful defeat tonight for Hartford. Let's take a look at the full-time highlights and walk you through what was a very eventful 90 minutes plus. As this is the opener in the 12th minute of play for the Rowdies.
Great goal. Great movement on the left wing. Little 1-2. Leo Fernandez, such an underrated player. Maybe he's not underrated, but what a great area he's put that into. Guenzati finishes it.
And a celebration that would be seen again. It wouldn't be because of this foul and ensuing penalty, however, as Dos Santos gets bowled over from behind.
I really think this was the moment where, you know, Hartford needed to take some encouragement from this save that comes from Jeff Caldwell. From there, you need it to lift you and really take you on, and he didn't quite do that.
Caldwell, massive stop.
Great save.
Kept it at 1-0. These were the final 10 seconds before halftime. Guenzati, beautiful.
Why is he the first one to react? It's not by accident. You know, he scores goals because he's alive. Look how quickly he gets onto that ball and he finishes it. Great composure. Another celebration as well.
And a disastrous moment for Hartford right before the half. For the Rowdies, they celebrate similarly once more. This was the story of the second half. Chances missed.
Big chance there. Great ball in from Barrera. So unlucky with the header there, coming against the post.
Rowdies would continue to apply some pressure of their own. Guenzati denied by Caldwell. That would have been goal of the week if that sinks.
Yeah, Guenzati looking for the hat trick. Scores goals in different ways. And that would have, you know what I'm saying? That would have been a great little collection of 3 if he got that one in.
Hartford just continued to get after it. Dodson would widen out. Ball would sky into the air. 891 minutes without conceding. Nearly 9 games in a row. But Barrera writes his name atop the record books for Hartford.
And it's a good goal. Look at Dodson. That ball here says finish me. And that's exactly what Barrera does.
But that's as close as they could get. Let's take a look at the full-time stats. Hartford Athletic is proud to team up with the Stop and Shop in all of our community efforts as we work year-round in the fight against food insecurity. Chance for your final thoughts, Lloyd.
I'm looking at the stats right here. 59% possession. I'm surprised to see that. But the Rowdies were in control most of that game. Another professional performance from them. Hats off again to Neil Collins and his team.
Meanwhile, these are ultimately results that affect the standings greatly now, with the Rowdies winning 2-1 tonight. Hartford putting together a really good overall performance. It's not enough. The Rowdies on 55 points lead the league now for the #1 overall seed to potentially host the final 2 years running. Meanwhile, Charlotte is 15 points away, but Charleston 24 points away means not quite clinched yet. And for Hartford, this one's going to sting.
Yeah, they needed a win there, but they've got it in their own hands. You know, they've got teams around them that they're playing, so we'll see what happens.
A lot of fans came out tonight, and it was a fun one, but don't miss the next match at Dillon Stadium, September 30th, 8 p.m., $2 beer and hot dog night. HartfordAthletic.com for tickets and more information, and your favorite craft beer festival is coming to Dillon Stadium. You can register now for the Small State Great Beer Festival for unlimited tastings, the best food trucks, and awesome live music. Learn more, register at HartfordAthletic.com/SSGB. Hartford will take on Charlotte next weekend, and to put it quite simply, that may be Hartford's last true stand. If they can win that one, suddenly a lot more paths open up. For entire Vista World Link NEP crew, led by producer Jackie O'Mara, director Jonathan Tellicher, Andrew Quinones, Hannah Reyes, and our entire team on the ground at Dillon Stadium, Lloyd Sam alongside. Mike Watt saying thanks for watching. The Rowdies concede, but it's 7 wins in a row, top of the East. Have a good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.